everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It's Valerie again. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island, season 8, episode 35. Um, I really didn't understand. As I've said before, this is my first time watching Love Island, so I am sort of having to learn some of the things that happen. And I'm a bit disappointed in the sense that I didn't understand the purpose of Casa Amor, really, because everybody hooked up with somebody else outside of Gemma and Luca and Paige. And then after hooking up, when they all came to the main villa, they then decided that no, actually, I don't like you. I'd rather be single or I'd rather go back to my old coupling. And it doesn't make sense to me. So I'm very disappointed in that sense. Or what I see it as is maybe the islanders thought, why not bring in other people? That way, if there's an elimination, then there's people to eliminate and sort of use that as a way to save themselves, if you understand what I mean. So they were the original couples. I think they were originally six. And so they've brought in a couple of extra people to sort of buffer themselves, I think, so that they are not eliminated. That's the understanding that I'm getting because none of the new couples seem to have survived a couple of days in the villa. Anyway, I'll review the couples and we'll see how we go. Um, with Jay and China are vulnerable this week, so they're up for elimination. They have to wait the result. We have to wait for the results tomorrow. Jay said that he wasn't interested in anything romantically with China, so he'd rather they be in a friendship coupling. And I said this in in my review yesterday that I think the reason why Jay did that is because Paige was single and Paige was mad at Jax, so he saw this as a way that once Paige gets over Jax, then he would step in. Sadly for him, Jax still seems to have managed to get Paige to forgive him. So now he's on an island where he doesn't have China and he doesn't have Paige, and so he's vulnerable in the sense that he's most likely going to continue to be in a relationship, but it's going to be a friendship relationship and his chances of being eliminated are higher than if he had actually been in a couple with China. That's just my opinion. He played himself. Poor China. They did have a conversation with Dami and Luca, and so they were being asked about their relationship. And China said, Jay said he doesn't see us as being a romantic relationship, so what can I do? I can't force myself on him. And I really have to take my hat off to um China, to Sama, and to Danica because they never said what happened to their partners. Unlike Coco, who exposed everything, they haven't said anything because China could have been spiteful and just said, after doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, now you're telling me you want to be in a friendship couple. But she didn't say anything and she just took the high road, which I'm happy for. And then with Paige and Jax, Samuel said it best when he said, "You have more feelings for Jax than he does for you, and he's always going to be the one in control." And Jax has managed to find a way to get Paige to forgive him in the sense that he's written a love note. He's continued to sleep in the doghouse. He's continued to sort of try and worm his way in and send, I think, his mates to sort of talk to her and sort of soften her up. And because Danny has done most of the legwork, in my opinion, because you can. I didn't realize that Dami had a great friendship with Paige until these couple of episodes where we've seen that every time Paige is struggling with something, she sits down and she speaks to Dami and he sort of seems to help her get a grasp of whatever's going on or sort of help her sort of um, relay her message to Jax. So I think they've made up. I can foresee them making up because he really did try. Jax did try. He made her a drink. He tried cuddling with her, and she kept saying no. I think she was just doing it to save face. And I think Gemma and Paige need to sit down and talk because you could tell whatever Jax was doing, Gemma wasn't buying it because I think Gemma dated him. She's known him a lot longer than Paige, and she knows his crap. So I think this is why she wasn't buying whatever you were selling. And I hope, if nothing else, when she watches the show Paige, I hope she sits down with Gemma and actually asks about Jax and finds out before she gets herself more entangled with him. But that's just my opinion. Um, Gemma, Gemma and Luca are still going strong. They were saved by the public as well. So Jackson and Paige were saved. Gemma and Luca were saved. And so I think there's about to be trouble in paradise because Gemma is a totally different person with Billy than she is with Luca. With Luca, as I said yesterday, she's always fighting him off. We saw her playing with Billy. They were having conversations, they were chatting, and she was sort of, I think, because of their history whereby they know the same people. Um, Gemma was able to have a conversation with Billy and sort of discuss his relationship with Tasha and try and give each other advice. And Luca was upset about that, and I don't get why he was upset because if he says they're 100% for each other, he shouldn't feel, you know, he shouldn't feel in some kind of way that, their relationship is at risk. And this is why I think Demi was saying you're sort of trying to sort of keep Gemma away from everybody else as though you're very insecure in your relationship. This is why I can see that because even when they were in the kitchen, sort of eating, you could see Luca had his cushions in a way by he was staring down Gemma and Billy and watching everything they were doing. And Gemma had to say to Billy, "Oh, can you see where the beanbags are?" And it's like, why is he doing that? He's older than Gemma. He needs to, it then looks like a stalker. It looks more creepish in a way, for lack of a better word, because he's constantly watching her as though he's afraid that if he doesn't watch her, she's going to do something and then he's going to lose her. This is why I said Lucas after the long game. He's not worried about, them being a couple in the filler. He's worried about them winning the show and then what happens once they've won the show. And with Billy sadly is in a is in this sort of four-way relationship with Tasha, Coco, and Andrew. So at night, they're busy making out in bed with Tasha, and then during the day, Tasha's pretending like she's still stuck on Andrew, she's conflicted, she's this, that, and other. But that's not the way she's behaving with Billy because we could see them under the duvet making out. And whatever they were doing, only they know. And then when they're not in bed, then Tasha's crying to people, oh, Andrew's doing this. I'm upset with Andrew. She gave Andrew his ring back. And I think Billy is right to say, I want to know where I stand. That way, if she's not interested in me, I can move on and try something with somebody else. And so it's a pity that we didn't get to see the resolution of that conversation, whereby they had a conversation to find out whether they were still going to continue as Billy and Tash or they were going to sort of go their separate ways. But I think now that Tash has tasted victory in the sense that she's been saved with Billy, I can foresee her turning her back on Andrew and thinking, Andrew is not a good idea for me because if I stay with Andrew, I'm always going to be in the bottom three, and she doesn't like being in the bottom three. And for Tash had a conversation with Andrew, and sort of they reached after a lot of back and forth, back and forth. Andrew tried giving her a drink. He tried sort of cuddling with her, and she kept refusing. Tash gave him back his ring, and Luca had to do a lot of work as well. It seems Luca and Demi are the love doctors or the mitigators for everybody else because they seem to be helping in every single person's relationship. So they had a conversation. I think towards the end they sort of decided that they would like to give their relationship a go, but I don't know how they're going to give it a go if Tasha feels she's more safer being with Billy than being with Andrew. And Andrew, on his part, had a conversation with Coco again, and I think he was trying to say to her, he was trying to ask her why she let out of the bag that he sucked her breast and stuff, and she said no. Even if I hadn't said it, it would have come out. And that's the truth. They're on reality TV. What did he expect? Yeah, she was spiteful in how she brought it out, but still, what did he expect? You can't just, use someone and then turn around and say, oh, by the way, I'm not interested anymore. So, they're at an impasse, they're friends, and that's it. They've been saved as well as a couple. And then from there, we go to Demi and Summer. Demi and Summer. Demi broke off things with Summer, which is very sad, really, because I thought Summer was a great match for him. He feels India is his perfect match, and sadly, we'll see how that goes. I hope Summer, if nothing else, I hope she finds somebody else. And I think what I found in the villa is the fact that people will break up with someone so that they can chase somebody else. And it seems like Josh has broken up with Danica so that he can chase Summer because he knows now Summer is single. I don't know. It's just me, maybe. Um, on his part, Demi had a conversation with India and apologized. He kept going back to apologize until eventually he got India to listen to him and to understand what he was trying to say. And Deji, on his part, could tell that something was going down. He could tell something was going down because he saw them going away and he actually told everybody else that I can see something going down. And they had a conversation. India decided to forgive Demi and give their relationship a try because she says, her connection with Demi is better than with anybody else. But sadly, Demi and Sama are in the bottom two, so in the bottom four. So I don't know how that's going to work out. Chances are, if the islanders are asked to save, I can foresee them saving Demi. I don't know of the girls who they'll save, whether they'll save Summer or China, but I can see Jay going home. And well, he's lost. He's the one who decided to give up on China. So I don't think Demi will go home unless they use the audience vote. Otherwise, they might ask the islanders to vote, and the islanders obviously are going to try and save Demi because they've known Demi longer and they know Demi's in a relationship with India. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Um, and India has decided to forgive Demi, so they're going to move on together. That's if he's saved by in the vote. Deji on his part, Deji is not for games. He told India right from the jump that I am not here to play games. I'm after a relationship, and I want you to know that I mean what I say and I say what I mean. So India, I think, tried to play it safe and tried to play both sides and sort of have Deji on one side and have Demi on one side, and Deji was like, no. If you're going back to him, you have no respect for yourself because of the way he treated you. I would never have gone back to him. And so it is what it is. And India, you could tell when she had a conversation with the girl, she said, my goal was never to break up with Deji, but I just wanted him to know that this is where I was. And I think Deji didn't want to live in no man's land and decided I'd rather not have a relationship than be lied to that I am in a relationship or think that I might be in a relationship. India and Deji are safe, and interestingly enough, they made Demi read it out that they were safe, which was interesting. David and Ekin-su, we rarely saw them together. We did see them make out in bed, and they are safe as well. They We didn't see much of Davide. We only saw Ekansu being involved in everybody else's business. It seems for someone who came into the villa saying, I don't want any friends, I just want to find the love of my life. She is now, big sister to everybody else and is trying to pacify Tasha. She's trying to talk to Gemma. She's trying to help Paige. She's trying. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's happened. I think Ekansu has fallen in love with Davide. The way she behaves and the way she talks about him, I might be wrong. That's just me. And then lastly, Danica. I am happy that Danica has been saved by the audience because Josh had everybody fooled. He had everybody fooled because we were all then under the impression that he had fallen in love with Danica. But I think his goal was just to come to the main villa. He's come to the main villa, and Ekensu and Luca actually said it that he doesn't feel her. He's not feeling her. He's just stringing along. He's not really connected to her. And I think it's because once he got to the villa and he saw the other girls, he started looking around for who he could go after, and then as soon as he found out that Demi was breaking up with Summer, he decided to break it up with India. And I don't know. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. And I really feel sorry for Danica because Danica has done a lot of work. If nothing else, I hope she gets a lot of publicity when she leaves the villa and she gets a lot of endorsement deals because she's really been through a lot in that villa. And I don't think she deserves, to be treated the way the guys have treated her. But hey, what do? You can't force someone to love you or to like you. Anyway, so we have the bottom four, which is Jay, China, Dami, and Sama. Obviously, it was left on a cliffhanger. We'll have to wait until tomorrow, and then they're bringing in an islander from apparently it's an Adam or something from season 5 to come back into the villa. I don't know why. They could have easily brought back someone from the couple of guys that have been sent home, or they could have brought in somebody totally new. But I think they've brought in someone to stir up the drama. Anyway, I digress. Thanks, guys, for watching. See you next time. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye, everyone.